There are some people that seems to move through the world as if money bends quietly around them. They don't brag, they don't rush, they don't desperately chase opportunities. Yet somehow, opportunities seem to chase them. You might watch these people and wonder, what exactly are they doing differently? Are they smarter, luckier, born with some rare intuition the rest of us never learned? But the truth is far simpler and far more human. Wealthy people don't just make money. They behave in ways that attract it, often without even realizing it. These are invisible skills, quiet patterns, small decisions repeated so consistently that over time they compound into something extraordinary. Today, you and I will walk through these 6 invisible money skills, skills that don't require talent or privilege or genius, skills that anyone can learn, but very few actually practice. So take a deep breath, put this video in the background, and let these ideas unfold slowly, like a calm conversation beside a warm window. Because once you understand these invisible skills, you will never see money, or the people who build it, the same way again. Money has always been more psychological than mathematical. That has been true in every civilization, every era, every market cycle. People like to believe wealth comes from strategies, high incomes, aggressive investments, entrepreneurial breakthroughs, but beneath all of that lies something deeper: behavior. Behavior is the real engine of wealth, not the stock market, not crypto, not real estate. Behavior. Imagine 2 people handed the same salary, the same opportunities, the same economy, the same life conditions. One will use it to build a peaceful, stable, financial life. The other will end up stressed, overwhelmed, or broke. The difference isn't intelligence, it's patterns, invisible habits, unconscious reactions, emotional reflexes built over years. And the people who naturally grow wealth, even without trying, are the ones who practice a very specific set of behaviors. Many of them don't even know they're doing it. This is not a list of budget tips or surface-level hacks. This is the deeper architecture of financial behavior, the emotional infrastructure that wealthy people operate from, often quietly, instinctively, almost effortlessly. Let's go deeper. Today, we will talk about 6 invisible money skills. 1. The skill of not needing immediate results. Wealthy people can delay emotional gratification without feeling pain. If there's one invisible skill that separates the financially calm from the financially chaotic, it is this: they don't need money to give them feelings right now. Most people use money emotionally. They spend to soothe stress. They invest to feel excitement. They chase opportunities to feel alive. They check bank accounts to feel safe. Money becomes a drug for emotional states. But wealthy people don't lean on money that way. They don't demand quick returns. They don't need every decision to feel good immediately. They don't measure progress by tomorrow. To them, money is like planting a tree. You don't pull the roots every week to check if it's growing. You water it, you protect it, you give it time. And here's the invisible part. This calm patience isn't a strategy, it's a personality reflex. They've trained themselves to detach money from emotion. They don't panic sell, they don't rush investments. They don't see slow results as failures. They see slow results as normal. This invisible skill, this peaceful relationship with time, is worth more than intelligence, because a person with average income but high patience will outperform a person with high income but low discipline. Time is the quiet partner of everyone who becomes wealthy, and wealthy people listen to it. Number 2, the skill of resourceful thinking. Wealthy people ask, how can I create value with what I already have? Resourcefulness is an invisible engine, a mindset of creation instead of consumption. Most people look at their circumstances and say, I can't do anything until I have more money, more tools, more help, more perfect conditions. But wealthy people flip the question. They ask, what can I make out of what is already in my hands? This simple shift changes everything, because resourceful thinking creates opportunities where others see limitations. It turns skills into income, contacts into collaborations, time into something valuable, mistakes into lessons, and problems into possibilities. A financially struggling person says, I only have $200, that's nothing. A wealthy thinker says, I have $200, what can I build from this? The difference is invisible, but it is enormous. Resourcefulness is what allows someone to start a business with no capital, to invest with small amounts, to negotiate when they have no leverage, to create value when they have no advantage. It's the quiet belief that you are never empty-handed, you are just underinspired. This invisible skill, more than anything else, turns ordinary people into creators of wealth. Number 3. The skill of emotional neutrality around money. Wealthy people treat money decisions like pilots treat turbulence, steady, calm, and rational. Money causes emotional spikes. Fear when things go down, excitement when things go up, panic when opportunities appear, euphoria when money hits the account. But wealthy people have developed emotional neutrality, not indifference, neutrality. A calm, stable baseline from which they make decisions. They don't get too excited, they don't get too scared, they don't let market noise shape their actions. They don't absorb the financial anxiety of others. It's not that they're cold, it's that they understand something most people don't. An emotional brain cannot make rational financial decisions. When a person is emotionally activated, scared, angry, desperate, impatient, the logical part of the brain shuts down. Decisions become reactive, short-term, impulsive. This invisible skill allows wealthy people to sit through downturns, to negotiate clearly, to invest wisely, and to avoid the trap of urgency. Money is loud, emotion is loud, but wealthy people move quietly. Number 4. The skill of choosing the higher quality problem. Wealthy people accept that life is made of problems, they just choose better ones. The financially stressed are always looking for a life with no problems. A life where money flows easily, everything aligns, nothing breaks, and everything is perfectly stable. But wealthy people understand something powerful. You don't escape problems. You trade them for better ones. A poor person deals with the problem of bills. A wealthy person deals with the problem of taxes. A struggling person deals with the problem of lack. A successful person deals with the problem of abundance. A new investor deals with fear. A seasoned investor deals with volatility. Every stage of life simply comes with a different set of problems, and wealthy people, consciously or unconsciously, always choose the higher quality problem. They are willing to deal with complexity instead of avoiding it. They choose responsibility over comfort, long-term issues over short-term relief, strategic discomfort over impulsive pleasure. This invisible skill is subtle. It's not glamorous, but it is transformative. Your financial life improves the moment you stop asking, how do I avoid problems, and start asking, which problems are worth having? Wealth grows from the problems you choose to solve and the ones you refuse to run from. Number 5. The skill of consistent, boring execution. Wealthy people repeat small financial behaviors until they look like luck. Behind every calm, wealthy life is something deeply unromantic. Repetition, boring, repetition. Invisible consistency. Most people want shortcuts. They want excitement. They want strategies that feel powerful, dramatic, or new. But wealthy people live in the world of quiet routines. They automate investments. They review finances monthly. They track progress. They optimize little inefficiencies. They stick to plans. They build habits so dull that no one notices, but so effective that compound results become inevitable. This is the irony. Most people underestimate boring consistency because boring consistency doesn't give dopamine, it doesn't give adrenaline, it doesn't give a story to tell your friends, but it gives wealth, slowly, predictably, mathematically. The invisible skill here isn't discipline, it's identity. Wealthy people simply see themselves as someone who follows through. Their actions match their self-image. Consistency isn't a strategy to them, it's just who they are. And that identity, played out across years, becomes a fortress of stability. Number 6. The skill of long-term self-respect. Wealthy people make money decisions that their future self will thank them for. This final invisible skill might be the most powerful of all. Wealthy people practice long-term self-respect. They behave today in ways that honor the person they will be tomorrow. When they save, they're not restricting themselves, they're respecting their future life. When they invest, they're not sacrificing, they're supporting future stability. When they avoid debt traps, impulse purchases, or short-term escapes, it's not discipline, it's self-respect. They see their future self as someone real, someone worth protecting, someone deserving of peace, safety, comfort, and opportunity. But wealthy behavior comes from a deep internal truth. I matter tomorrow, just as much as I matter today. Once you truly believe that, saving becomes natural, investing becomes obvious, avoiding debt becomes easy, growth becomes instinctive. Long-term self-respect is the invisible root from which every good financial behavior grows. When you look closely, none of these 6 skills are about money itself. They are about you, your patience, your emotional balance, your self-image, your willingness to think ahead, your relationship with time, your relationship with effort. Money doesn't shape these skills. These skills shape your money. The world often tells a story that financial success requires extreme luck or extraordinary intelligence. But the people who succeed quietly, the ones you rarely notice, build their lives on small, invisible decisions, repeated with care. They don't rush, they don't force, they don't fear discomfort, they don't chase status. They simply behave in ways that make wealth a natural outcome. Wealth is not earned in moments of brilliance, it is shaped in moments of calm. It grows in silence, in patience, in consistency, in clarity. The way you behave when no one is watching determines the life you live when everyone is. So, as you move forward, carry this thought with you. Money is not just something you earn, it's something you become aligned with, and alignment is built through invisible habits, invisible decisions, and invisible acts of long-term self-respect. You don't need to change your whole life overnight. Just adopt one of these invisible skills, then another, and watch how slowly, quietly, the ground beneath your financial life begins to shift. True wealth is calm, patient, deliberate. It grows the way trees grow quietly, but powerfully. Thank you for listening. If you enjoy calm reflections about wealth, subscribe for more. And if you'd like to interact, share which invisible money skill you want to develop next. Until next time, move gently, think clearly, and let money become the quiet partner in your journey.